And Chuck.
Good morning. My name is Paul Marzello. I'm the President and CEO of the Buffalo and Erie County Naval and Military Park. It's a great pleasure to host this Navy Week this morning, and we are going to begin things as we always do at the Naval and Military Park. To present the colors, we have the U.S. Navy Color Guard. Gentlemen. Call forward Mr. George Miller, who will lead us in our national anthem. Please stand.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we held at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's always a great way to start a ceremony with George. So we are delighted on behalf of the Naval and Military Park to host the 2021 Navy Week kickoff this morning on the fantail of the USS Little Rock. We can't think of a more fitting location. USS Little Rock CLG-4 is a Cleveland-class cruiser and the only guided missile cruiser on display in the U.S. She was commissioned in 1945 and served 4 deployments in the Mediterranean and the North Atlantic. She served as the flagship of the 2nd and 6th Fleets, and we are proud to have her finally rest. It's a great pleasure to have him come up and greet the crowd. Welcome, Mr. Terry McGuire.
Well, in the words of Mark Levy, where would you rather be than right here, right now? Right? Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I can't keep going a little bit further in this program without at least acknowledging today is Flag Day, and also the birthday of the Army back in June 14, 1775. Our little shout out, small shout out for the Army. We'll continue on. But parents and guests, thank you so much for being here. Parents and grandparents, brothers and sisters, you got to be so proud to see the great assembly before us that it's going to be taking the oath of office soon. And what makes this Navy the greatest Navy in the world, not only for the men and women that man this Navy, but also the Constitution and the oath that they take to become members of the military. It's a great oath. It's not an oath to a king or a queen, or a piece of territory, or a president per se. It's to the Constitution of the United States, which is very, very important to understand. So with that, I want to say thank you all for being here today at the Naval Park. And again, I just want to give it up to these great round of young Americans that are going to be joining the ranks of the Navy soon. So thank you for being here. Go Navy.
So part of Navy Week is educating the public. And I am delighted to bring forward this next person who is a staff member. She is our Director of Education, and she will explain some of the details of how we're going to celebrate Navy Week here at the Naval and Military Park. Please welcome our Director of Education, Ms. Courtney Speckman.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everyone. Happy Navy Week. We have been planning for this for a few months before we knew that we would be able to gather in person or do anything. In fact, when Lieutenant Kimberly King and Matthew Everett from NAVCO, or the Navy Office of Community Outreach, first reached out to us a few months ago to collaborate on a virtual Buffalo Navy Week in June, we immediately responded, obviously enthusiastically, and we're very excited to work with them. We immediately pitched the idea of reaching out to the crews of both of our namesake ships, USS Little Rock LCS-9 and USS The Sullivans DD-537, to find a way to connect with those crews in some way. From there, we started meeting weekly and quickly brought the LCS Public Affairs Officer, Lieutenant Anthony Humko, on board to plan both pre-recorded videos and a live virtual webinar with the crew of USS Little Rock LCS-9, which will take place this Wednesday at 12 p.m. The crews of the Sullivans DDG-68 is currently deployed, making a live virtual event a little bit more challenging, but they were also enthusiastic about participating in Buffalo Week, and they have filmed a pre-recorded video that we are proud to be releasing this week as well as part of the festivities. We are also fortunate to have a Buffalo connection with former Secretary of the Navy Ray Mabus, who not only served aboard this ship, USS Little Rock, but as Secretary of the Navy had the honor of naming the USS Little Rock LCS-9 and bringing the commissioning of that ship here to Buffalo in 2017. He will be joining us for a live virtual webinar tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and we are really excited about having him be involved in Buffalo Navy Week this year. Both of our live virtual events will be free and open to the public. Registration is required and it's available on our website. It's free and open to everybody. And we will also be recording these sessions and uploading them to the Buffalo Naval Park's YouTube channel. We have a lot of virtual events, a lot of webinars, pre-recorded videos that we will be sharing with you throughout the week. So I hope you follow us online, on our social media platforms, and our YouTube channel. In addition to our virtual events this week, we will also be hosting a Veterans Photography Contest at the Naval Park in collaboration with the Veterans One Stop Center of Western New York to see the Naval Park through veterans' eyes. The winning photographs from that contest will be exhibited here at the Naval Park later this summer. We are also looking forward, as I hope many of you are, to the Thunder on the Buffalo Waterfront Air Show, which will take place this weekend. We are so grateful to all of the organizers of the air show. We are looking forward to a great weekend, and we are very honored to have been named as the recipient of funds from the proceeds of the air show to help save the Sullivans. We also want to thank Chief James Pullum from NTAG and everyone who's here today. You will see behind you in Canal Side, they are setting up their virtual reality simulator, the Nimitz, which will be on display throughout the week, starting tomorrow through Sunday. So I hope you have a chance to stop by and see what the Navy has brought to Buffalo. You can see right behind me. And I want to thank Michael and Taylor at 1980s for all of their help with publicizing this week and for bringing everything together. There are a number of events going on throughout the city of Buffalo, not just at the Naval Park. So I encourage you to check out all of the really great events from the Buffalo Museum of Science, my apologies, to the Navy League. So we will have a lot of really great events for you today and throughout the week. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here today, and we are looking forward to a great Buffalo Navy Week. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. So there's a great lineup of activities this week, and we're very proud to be able to bring those to you. Next on our agenda today is another staff member, and in light of the fact that it is Flag Day, June 14th, we have a very special unveilment that we would like to bring forward to you. I'm going to bring forward our Director of Collections at the museum here, Mr. Shane Stevenson.
Thank you. Don't clap yet, you haven't heard what I have to say. So. Thank you, Paul. Welcome everybody to the USS Little Rock. And yes, in light of Flag Day, our mission is to honor, educate, inspire, and preserve. And last year, right around this time, I was contacted by a vexillologist. Anyone know what a vexillologist is? All right, well, it is someone who studies flags, the history of flags, and the imagery on flags. And he says, you have a very special opportunity to bid on a flag that flew on USS The Sullivans during World War II. So I immediately reached out to Paul and the board of directors, and I said, we have a really unique opportunity to tell a story of an artifact that was on the USS The Sullivans during World War II and her long and storied career in World War II. So we were able to join the auction, and we did become the highest bidder for this flag. And so in honor of Flag Day, in honor of the flag itself, the 5 brothers that the ship represents and their sacrifice, we are going to hoist the flag for about 30 seconds to welcome her back home. And then what we're going to do is, it will be on the stern of the USS The Sullivans there, so I don't know if you'll be able to see her, the cameras. And then I will be preserving her and placing her on board, framed and under protective glass. So we have John Branning, our 22-year Navy vet senior chief, and Stephen Tedesco, our caretaker of the USS Little Rock. And they're going to raise the flag.
You know, it was just a short 30-second display, but I can't tell you how meaningful that is to have that flag come home. When you think about that flag and what she saw back in 1944, it certainly was a different time in this world. So for us to be able to honor not only the 5 Sullivan brothers, but all of the veterans that served in World War II, is a very special and meaningful moment for us. So thank you for all of those people, especially Shane Stevenson, and making sure that flag came back home. I'd like to bring forward New York State Senator, Mr. Tim Kennedy, special friend at the Naval Park. He's been with us on so many occasions. He understands veterans, he supports veterans, and he's certainly been a great supporter of the Naval Park.
Good morning, everybody. It is so wonderful to be here with each and every one of you on this very auspicious occasion, and to see all of these extraordinary young men and women, Navy recruit enlistees, ready to go to serve our great nation, the greatest nation in the history of the world. We thank you and we honor you here today. Congratulations on this wonderful day in history of your lives. I want to recognize all of the families of these future veterans and all of the veterans that are here with us today. No matter your military history and experience, we thank you, we honor you, and we truly are indebted to your sacrifices that you and your family have made on behalf of this nation, but especially today, those that have served in the United States Navy, as Buffalo celebrates Navy Week for the first time in nearly a decade. I just want to recognize the leadership of the Naval Park, Paul and Terry, and all of those organizers of today's event, including Lieutenant King, that worked so hard to make it a reality. My family history, like many family histories here in Western New York, is chock full of veterans that have served so bravely in the military in so many different foreign wars, be it World War I or World War II or Korea, Vietnam, the wars in the Middle East. So many Western New York families have been defined by their active military service. And so, again, with great regard, we recognize all of those families and veterans. My wife's family actually has a very special family history in the United States Navy, as her great aunt, Aline Dirk, was the first female rear admiral in the United States Navy. She started as a nurse on a hospital ship back in World War II and worked her way up and was commissioned as a rear admiral in 1974 by then President Richard Nixon. So we are always honoring our military veterans and making sure that they know that the work that they do and the service that they commit to our country and to our community and to our families, whether it be abroad, overseas, or right here domestically, is never forgotten and is always admired and honored. So congratulations, and thank you to everyone for making today a reality. And I want to recognize my extraordinary leaders in government that are joined with us here today. Councilman Brian Bowman, Councilman Ulysses Wingo, Mayor Byron Brown, and others that have worked to honor our military today. And on behalf of myself and the New York State Senate, I present this very wet proclamation to Paul and to the board here at the Buffalo and Erie County Naval and Servicemen Park.
Thinking that we might want to try and move this podium just about a couple of feet in so that recruits, I'm not sure, parents, if you heard that comment, but I saw one of the commanding officers walk by the recruits and say, just because it's raining and wet outside does not detract from your job. Remember that. Although I do think that he was being very sympathetic in just moving you out of the rain. So I hope your future commanding officers are as sympathetic. Is Jason here? Jason Hurley. So next, I would like to bring forward a representative from the mayor's office, the director of policy for the city of Buffalo, Mr. Rob Mayer.
On behalf of Mayor Brown, I would just like to say, to paraphrase a great naval hero, Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, we have met the Navy and they are ours. We are proud of the young women and men who choose to dedicate a portion of their life to service in our country, in our community. We are proud of our naval heritage here in Buffalo, in Western New York, from the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812 to the recruits who have trained on these Great Lakes for decades. This is a part of our community, the lifeblood of our community, and being able to honor the Navy in this way is something the mayor would have liked to have done himself. And I would now like to present a proclamation from the mayor to Paul and other members of the board in appreciation of all the work that they've done with the Navy to bring this great event here this week. Thank you.
Why does it seem so fitting that with this Navy tribute, everything is sopping wet? So So next we have two other gentlemen who are representing the city. I bring you Councilmember Wingo, who's representing the Maston District, and Councilmember Bowman, who is representing the Lovejoy District. Would you please come forward?
I promise I'll be brief. Even though chocolate melts in the sun, it doesn't melt in the rain. My father and my brother are both serving. Well, my father served, my brother served, my daughter serves, and I am indeed honored and privileged that our Chief of Staff of the Common Council serves as well. And we are honored today to be here amongst all of these brave soldiers who provide for us our freedom and liberties. The core values of the Navy is honor, courage, and commitment. And we believe that you all execute that flawlessly every day you're out serving this great nation and the country and this great country. Now, as it relates to all of the rain, I think the Common Council had the right idea by covering ours in plastic, so I think we're good to go. At this time, I'm going to have my colleague, Councilmember Woman, read the proclamation.
Thank you very much, and this is my honor to be here. My wife's grandfather was a naval officer, and my father was a Marine, so it's very much my honor, and they taught me, drilled in my brain, respect for our flag, respect for our country, and most importantly, respect for the men and women who served our country. So I'll just briefly read the proclamation here. City of Buffalo is honored to have the presence of the United States Navy in our community. Navy Week celebrated in naval communities across the country our signature outreach programs that strengthen community ties to the surface. We, the members of the City of Buffalo Common Council, hereby proclaim that June 4th through June 20th will be recognized as Navy Week in the City of Buffalo to acknowledge the enormous role of the heroes of the U.S. Navy and their contributions to our city, state, and nation. Thank you.
So the next part of this ceremony this morning is probably the most important part. That's why you are all here. That's why we are so honored to have you here. I'm going to bring forward the NTAG commanding officer, the Navy Talent Acquisition Group, and commanding officer, Mr. Christopher McCurry. Please come forward.
Good morning. My name is Commander Chris McCurry. I'm actually the executive officer here, representing the commanding officer, Brandon Smith. On behalf of all those serving in the Navy today, thank you for hosting us here at Buffalo. As a sailor, it's an honor to be with you on the deck of this historic warship, the ex-USS Little Rock. The mighty ship, commissioned near the end of World War II, as you heard this months before, served well into the Cold War. Her hull passed through the icy and turbulent waters of the Arctic and the warmth of the Mediterranean and Caribbean seas while carrying the nation's flag throughout the world. Today, as it was then, our naval forces continue to be at the forefront of diplomacy and power projection. And since America is a maritime nation, the U.S. Navy remains critical to national security and economic prosperity. One need only remember the recent interruption of traffic through the Suez Canal and the significant impact that had on global trade to see the how important the maritime domain is to our economy. In that case, the interruption was unintentional. However, the U.S. Navy must be prepared to counter hostile actors anywhere in the world. Operating forward across the globe, the Navy provides the nation offshore options to win today and advance our interests in an era of uncertainty. To achieve this, ready sailors and civilians remain the source of the Navy's warfighting capability. Right now, the men and women of your Navy are serving proudly and well throughout the world, defending your freedom and all that we hold dear here at home. They are our mothers and fathers, our sons and daughters, our brothers and our sisters. Ready sailors all. Deployed across the globe as a living tribute to the community of Buffalo and communities like it throughout the United States. As sailors, we reflect the communities where we were raised, and in turn, we are ambassadors to the Navy for our communities. We are proud to share that responsibility with our valued partners. Partnerships like these are even more essential in New York, where we don't have a fleet concentration area, nor a large naval presence. Only through our partnerships, teamwork, and mutual support do we generate the much-needed Navy awareness that stimulates the interest and commitment to the next generation of sailors, such as those you see standing before you. NTAG Pittsburgh, the Navy League, Buffalo and Erie County Naval and Military Park, Buffalo area high schools, universities and colleges, veterans groups, and countless community partners. We all share common goals for our country, our community, our Navy, and our youth. The future of the U.S. Navy and the defense of our nation depends upon our ability to work together. In doing so, we are building, in the words of former Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Richardson, the Navy the nation needs. A safe Navy for our sailors, a reassuring Navy for our partners, and a lethal Navy for our enemies. But we can't do it without you. We need the young people in our community to volunteer, to think about serving something greater than themselves. If you or someone you know is ready to achieve more, reach out to your local Navy recruiter via Navy.com or stop by the virtual reality trailer here at the Buffalo Naval Park this week. I do hope you all take advantage of the many events scheduled this week, both virtually and in person, as part of the signature outreach program that enables the Navy to build and strengthen ties to the community. Navy Week Buffalo provides an invaluable opportunity for the greater Buffalo community to interact with us, your Navy. Thank you to the City of Buffalo for your support to our mission, our sailors, and their families. We are honored to be a part of your community. Thank you. All right, so the next part here is actually one of the most enjoyable and honorable for me as a commissioned officer. I get to swear in the future of the Navy. So a little history of the oath. As mentioned before, it is unique. It's actually enshrined in Title 10 of the U.S. Code. The actual wording of it is very, very specific. There's primarily two different ones. There's an oath of enlistment, and then there's the officers and civilian employees oath for government service. It's the same. That one is the same one that elected officials on the federal level swear to. The enlisted oath is a little bit different and very, very specific. Here in just a moment, they're going to raise their right hand and they're going to swear an oath, as mentioned before, to the Constitution. Are you ready?
proud moment. Proud moment for parents, grandparents, family, and a proud moment for the Naval Park as well. Recruits, I hope you remember this moment where your journey began. I'd like to conclude this ceremony with a short prayer to make sure that you're guided on your journey safely. I want to make sure that you know that you have the support of the American people, that we hope you serve honorably, with courage and commitment, and we trust that you'll come back to us safely. God bless you all, and God bless America. This concludes the ceremony, but I do want to let you know that the USS Little Rock will be open for tours for you, and please stick around for photos, and the press, we will be available for interviews. Thank you so much for being with us today.